Okay. Mhm. Okay. Let me just so that if you follow along here, I'm gonna make a new module. Call it week 14 and it doesn't. Okay, and design, and we'll make a file. Okay, create files, choose that. We're going with courses. The file. And we're in 06. And that is the one. Okie dokie. Hey, Jeremy. How are you? Okay. Right now I'm posting the file that I'm using. If you feel like it, you want to follow along and practice these techniques, go right ahead. Okay. So, a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be going over is very similar to what we've learned in Illustrator. Um, so because they're all Adobe products, so they follow similar patterns. So everything we create in InDesign becomes what's known as a frame. So this over here is a text frame, and this over here is a frame with an image in it, and this is a frame with a graphic in it, which is actually an image. I don't think it's vector. I don't know, actually. I think it's just an image. So, and so because they're objects like that, the whole fill and stroke thing applies to them. So I'm going to click on this. You can hardly see if there's text there because it's black on foliage. And over here, we can see in this swatches panel right here on the side, you see right here, they both have red lines through them, which means that they're transparent. So there's no fill and there's no stroke. And we can do something about that. So, let me get rid of. Go away. Okay. If we go to the swatches, so from the side, or you can access it through the window menu, drop-down menu. Swatches, you're gonna see, and I'm gonna extend this down so we can see everything that's in there. You're gonna see all of these color options. So, and not a whole lot to choose from, but as we know, we're accustomed to Adobe, so we know, yes, we can make our own personal swatches and add them to the swatches menu. But there's a few things I should point out. One of them is registration. It looks black.
It's not.
It's not. Don't choose registration. Unless you're making your own crop marks for some reason, which there is no reason to do that. I've never come across a reason to make my own crop marks, like the program does it for you. Do not choose registration.
Real fun looking at it in preview mode.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Paper, what's called paper is what InDesign considers white. Even if you're printing on brown paper, it still considers it white. I don't know why, but I mean, in honesty, like printers don't print with white ink anyway, so it kind of makes sense. And then we have black, and then we have all these mixtures of, and because this document is in CMYK mode, all of these colors are coded with the appropriate values of CMYK to create each color. So you have red, green, blue, and then CMYK. They're very basics there. But we don't have to use those colors if we don't want to. So what I'm gonna do, and I've got, you remember in InDesign, it's all about what object you have selected at any moment is going to be affected by the actions that you take. So I've got this frame right here, which is barely readable at the moment because it doesn't have a background color, it doesn't have a fill. So let me just choose the green. Okay, there we go. We're gonna go with green right now. And that's nice. And I also have this option up here with tint. Tint is like the percentage of the color that you want. So I can make it lighter and darker and one rule of thumb, things always print darker than you see them on the screen. And I like to use the rule of 10%. So if I like the look of it at 30%, then the screen is brighter. So then I'll bump it up to 20%. And it'll probably print out as the 30% that I liked. So that's my rule of thumb, go with it or not, whatever. But you have the option in the tint area here. Right now I'm gonna make that an even 60. Oh, sounds good. That sounds good. Okay. And then we also have the option of playing with stroke. Okay, so right now the stroke is set to 0. I'm gonna turn that up to 6 points. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, the stroke is green. I don't want the stroke to be green. So in the swatches over here in the toolbar, I clicked on the empty square, which represents the the strokes, and I brought that to the front. And now I'm going to change the color of that. I can do that in a couple different ways. I could click on swatches, or I could also just double click on the um the square itself and make it black. And then I also have choices in the type of line that I want. So there's all these wavy, dotted, straight hash, but I'm gonna go for thick, thick. Okay. All right, so I've got this like double border here. There's one problem with this. Let's see if you can see it. See how the green fill is coming like halfway out of the first line and it stops. And then there's the second line. And this all has to do with stroke alignment. And this gets really important if you're, it really makes a difference if you're applying a stroke to a font or something like that. Like, do you want the stroke to align? I mean, these are paths. This is vector. Remember back to Illustrator and paths and things like that. This is vector. So the stroke is obeying the vector path. So right now it's aligning it to the center of the vector path. I can change that. So if I go into the stroke box here, and I go under align stroke, I can click this, which aligns the stroke. Oh, did I not have it selected? Okay, there we go. Aligns the stroke to the center. See the difference? It's completely inside of the rectangle and the fill. Or I can apply it to the outside. And now we can completely see through the gap between, ooh, geez, that was really fast. The gap between the two lines of the double stroke. I'm gonna go with the middle. I mean, the inside choice. Um, and yeah, that's looking pretty good. So, like I said, with this applies also to text. So if I choose this text right here, right now it no, that's not it. I'm gonna double click. Yeah, I'm gonna double click port or exploring. I'm gonna double click exploring. So right here I can see it has black fill and no stroke. If I give it a stroke, so let's say I go over here to stroke and I don't know, I'm gonna double click on here and give it like I'll give it like a yellow stroke. Okay. Okay. And then it's highlighted so we can't really see what it looks like. So I'm gonna have to click away. Okay. It's got a yellow stroke. This doesn't look so bad, but if you're using a font with serifs that come down to fine lines in certain places on the body of the character, this can be a really big problem because the stroke can bleed into the character and break off the fill. So really what you want to do is, if ever you are using a typeface and you want to apply an outline to it, you always want to align the stroke to the outside because you do not want to distort the typefaces original proportions. So I would double click on this and I would choose, and actually it automatically does that for me, which is very nice. Okay. Way to go, InDesign. But like if I did this, click away, you can see that it really infringes on the spacing, the proportions of the actual letter forms. They're getting really skinny. And I mean, this is a sans serif font, but if it were a serif font, like you could like lose sections entirely of that typeface. So you always want to make sure that if you are outlining text, you're always aligning to the outside. And that, yeah, that works. We can do that. We can live with that. It's gonna be okay. All right. Um, so that's fill and stroke with with objects in there's my pages. Pages. No? Anybody?
Oh.
Where'd you go? Where's my
In the pages.
oh jeez. Oh jeez.
Your right hand toolbar is pages.
Oh, just the pages. Yeah, okay. Let me see. Nope.
Yeah.
Not find the page I want to find. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, maybe it's in a different
Document.
document. Okay. Um, and this one's exactly the same. All right, it's okay. I can do it here. Okay, so for transparency, which is a really fun thing, to play around with. Um, there's different ways to do it. For transparency, probably the best, I mean, I think there are functions up inside of this toolbar here, but it might not be exactly what you're looking for. For more control on transparency, what I would suggest is hmm, go back here. Let's go to this again. Yeah, yes, this. For transparency, I would suggest going to the effects panel. Where is that? That's a really good question. Let's go to window, and there it is, effects. Okay, effects. Okay. So now we have different options here inside this effects panel. We have object, stroke, fill, and text. Those are what we are allowed to manipulate. So if right now I'm clicking on object, so I'm going to go to transparency and I'll bring it down. And you can see the results. If I bring it down to about 70 or about 80, I mean, that's kind of nice. But the problem is that it's, if I get down here, it's making the text just as transparent as the background. And really, I just want background to be transparent. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make things a little different. I'm going to choose fill. And then I can say I just want the fill. Do I not have it selected? What's going on? Oh, I gotta have it selected, yeah. Fill, and then I'll bring it down. And then the type and that stupid looking stroke, whatever. Um, pops. It still pops, and the stroke is still solid black. And I can do the same thing with the text, so I can isolate the different items inside of the object, and I can control their transparency individually, which you didn't used to be able to do, but Adobe added that in, and we're all happy with it, right? I'm happy with it. I don't know about you, but I think it's pretty cool. Um, yeah, and then also, like if I wanted to do something like, we're in the effects panel. Right now we're just messing with transparency. There are a lot of other effects we can add to things. So I'm I'm gonna click back to object and see this little FX icon right down there. I don't know if you can see that on the board. Oh, FX icon. Click on that. All these other effects you can play with. So let's say drop shadow. Okay, we get an effects panel. I mean, basically, we can apply any of the effects from here. I'm going to click on preview so I can see what I'm doing. So that creates a preview. So I've created a drop shadow. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, it's right there. See it? Um, uh, no? Okay, all right. Uh, and I can change the X and Y, which means how far left or right the drop shadow is. I think it was at 6 points, maybe. I can change the angle, the size of it, the size meaning like how much it's blurred, how far the blur is. If I bring it all the way down, it just mirrors the image. If I crank it up, it blurs it, you know, softly. The spread you can play with, the noise you can play with, and the opacity you can play with. So, how opaque it is. You can, and you could do beveled edges, bevel and emboss. No, we're not gonna do that. Also, you can't, I totally forgot what I was gonna say. Damn, I can't remember what I was gonna say.
You were gonna say beveled edges.
I was not gonna say beveled edges, but okay, but you don't really want to say beveled edges. Let's do it on the font, okay? So we're going to click away and then just click on the font. And we're gonna choose from the effects panel, bevel and emboss. And so beveling is like, it's an old term. It's been used for a while. It's like if you were making a picture frame and you wanted the wood to kind of come to a point or something like that. It would be called beveling. So, and embossing is when you stamp something and it leaves the mark. Um, so, and this is an inner bevel, and we can increase the size. You can't really see it though. I don't really see it, do you? Not really seeing it. Like, do we need an outer bevel? No, I didn't do anything. Anvil, let's try emboss. Okay, there's a slight like brightness outside of the curvature of these letters. You see it? And that's the emboss effect. I don't see much going on in this chisel hard. Ooh, oh, chisel hard. Yeah, that did something. Okay, I'm gonna cancel this. I don't really want it. Okay. So that's you know, you can do a lot with effects. Another effect that I use a lot is the outer glow or inner glow or something like that. Like if you have text that is a certain color and it's on top of a background that is of a very close color that's hard to see, you can apply like it's maybe a light blue background and you have a text, it's maybe a slightly darker blue. Um, you can apply an outer glow and set that glow to some sort of dark blue and adjust transparency. And you can make it work. You can make those two, that combination that normally would be really hard to read if you apply an outer glow. It can really make it pop. You've seen it many times in your lives, but you've never noticed probably, but it's used a lot. Um, and then now the thing is that if we go to our colors, swatches panel here, um, these are all CMYK colors, and that's because we're set to CMYK because this is a document intended to be printed. Um, uh, you can change that color mode, obviously. Um, but it's a good idea to whenever you, me done this again, whenever you choose a color for something, to save it into your swatches. And to do that, you can, I mean, I think you can just drag. No, can't do that. Okay. Add the new swatch. Just click on new swatch and automatically whatever you have on the top of your swatches palette over on the side becomes the new color. And you can name those if you want to. You can go and, I mean, by default, it just gives the color values, but you can name them. Also, if you go about creating objects and just giving them random colors, like here, I'm gonna just like grab a color out of there. I hit I for the eyedropper tool. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Um, you know, this right now is what's I just created a color, but I never saved it to my swatches. So it's known as what's called an unnamed swatch. An unnamed swatch. Yes. But if you have a bunch of these on your page, you probably want to save them to your swatches menu. So you can go to window, uh, okay, totally wrong, totally wrong. Color, 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 swatches. Oh, wait, how do I get there? Add, there you go. It's in the extras drop down from the swatch menu from the swatch panel. It's called add unnamed swatches, unnamed colors. So it just went in and it added the yellow that I applied to that word, and it added the light orange that I applied to that square. Now the question is, if I delete this square, does that swatch go away? It does not.
Another thing.
Uh,
Is if you double click in the color section.
yes, absolutely. Yeah. So if I pulled up this and I double clicked in here, yeah, yeah, you can do that too. So if I use like I'm gonna hit I, the letter I, I'm gonna click this, and then I get this green color.
The eyedropper tool in that panel. If you click the little eyedropper icon down, well, no, what is it?
Well, I've got it already. Yeah. What are you saying?
Go back, double click the colors, the color section.
This section
You
here?
know, where the,
The stroke color? Uh-huh.
if you double click that. And open up that panel. You see the little eyedropper icon that's in that.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Then you can click and drag
You
it,
can,
like, drag, and it will just.
it'll just choose whatever
Yeah,
color
just
I'm
whatever
over, and it's just
And
going,
you just add some by K swatch and it doesn't close, so you can just continuously eyedropper, add,
uh-huh.
eyedropper.
Yeah. Okay. But it didn't add. It didn't add it.
Click add.
Oh, click add. Okay. Okay. Good to know. Good. I'm learning new things. Um, I should point out that this eyedropper tool, I just hit the letter I, but it's also right here. If I click, see what it looks like right now, right? It's pointing and it's slanted downwards to the left, right? And it's empty. If I click on something like this E, oh wait, no, I think I have to click in an image. What the hell just happened? What's a hootie?
Wait, the-
Just turned on.
It just decided. Maybe it got overheated because this room is too high.
I'm
It's
not.
cooled down a bit, but. Like,
It's better than the ED 174, which is freaking freezing all the time. I hate that room.
I wouldn't welcome it, because I can just not take off my jacket.
It's not coming back on.
Well, class dismissed.
Maybe. What the hell? And it's after 6, so tech services is not going to be. What
Like,
just
services should operate.
happened? Are you serious?
I mean, I heard it shut down. I think it probably overheated.
We can do HDMI. Maybe it's the Apple TV. Maybe we can do HDMI and be okay. Let's try that. Okay. I got a line. Okay. Back in business. Okay. All right. So what I was pointing out before is that at one point, the little eyedropper icon was empty and it was slanted that way. And then I clicked on something, I clicked on a color, and now it's full. And it's slanted that way. So that means it's ready to dump its ink or color or whatever we gathered into the next thing that we click on. So what kind of damage can we do with this? Let's see. Nothing. Nope. Uh, nope, nada. Uh, nope, can't do anything. Okay, but you can actually. You just have to.
I don't think.
I did. I it don't work. It's not. It switched back to empty, but it didn't go anywhere. Okay, well, you'll find that pattern happen in Illustrator and Photoshop as well, and hopefully it'll work out better for you.
Because if I click on the text, it's like, no, man, but if I click in the empty space
Uh-huh.
inside that box, it's like, okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Um, gradients. Okay, we can do gradients too. We went over gradients before. You guys know gradients. We play with gradients. But let's just look at what gradients look like in InDesign. And it's because it's Adobe, it's gonna look really familiar. So I mean the most important thing is that you have, something selected. InDesign is all about like what is selected at the moment, and then you do your thing to that thing. Mhm. So there is a gradient tool over here on the right. And you can click on it. I'm going to click on it and I get this. Not very magical, I know. But if you click on the swatch, you're, come on. Okay, here we go. Click on the swatch. What the freaking hell? Oh wait, hold on. I think I have to option click. What? Oh, I have the stroke selected. That's why. Okay, sorry. I have to bring the fill to the front and then I can click on it and then we get a gradient. Okay. And that's not the most exciting gradient. So as we've learned before, gradients have what are called stops. So certain like pure colors that they end at. There can be multiple stops along a gradient. I don't know what you call it, timeline. So I'm going to double click on this black and nothing happens. Shit. What the hell? Um, why?
Yeah.
Jesus, this isn't that hard. Should not be this hard. Why can't I change this gradient? I move it. white. Can I double click on you? I can't. Really? Are you freaking kidding me? Um, what? You did?
So go over to your swatches.
Uh-huh.
Open up your- And have the gradient tab next to it.
And have the gradient tab.
Drag it so you can see both swatches and gradient at the same time.
Okay, and swatches,
And
and
click on any swatch color and drag it into the bar.
that's ridiculous.
There's a simpler way. Well, I do.
Dude, that is ridiculous. Did you guys catch that? Yeah, she is. I just dragged a swatch onto the gradient's top,
Can't be that.
and that cannot be the only way. I
It is
swear,
Right.
I, s- Jesus Christ. This is ridiculous. But I can't drag it now. Oh yeah, I can. Okay. All right. And you can add, if you click in here, I can add another color in between if I wanted to. I mean, but that's just hideous. So we don't need to do that. So if you want to get rid of a stop, just drag it out of the panel and you'll get that. Unfortunately,
No, that's actually the way.
oh my God,
It's
that's so
that-
stupid. That is so stupid.
If the Adobe Help Index, it's just like, so what you're gonna do is you choose the
That
swatch panel and select the
is,
color and drag it, and I'm like, no, what?
that's effed up. I'm sorry. That is like lame. Lame. Okay. And the other lame thing is that you can't have transparencies in gradients like you can in Illustrator or Photoshop. Like you can make one stop actually transparent so you have this fading into something. You can't, I don't know why. It's Adobe. Just like all of their Adobe things. Why can't they figure that out? But they didn't. But we do have um blend modes that we can use. I don't know if it's actually going to be useful in this particular situation. I don't know. You can play around with blend modes to get those kinds of effects if you need to. But that would be in the window. Is it the color? No. The color. Layer. No, it's not layers. Blend modes and InDesign. That's the question. I don't have that in my notes. I apologize. Um,
Understand why they couldn't make the gradients, how it.
I know how they work
How
and
Illustrator works, you double click the color and it opens up the. color
yeah,
palette.
why doesn't that work? I don't
Right. That's so
I don't get it. Okay, all right. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. Okay, second page of notes. Okay. All right. Let me open. Oh, we're in here. All right, okay. Um, um, what did I want to do? Just some, I mean, real quick, like how to create graphics in InDesign, like create shapes and things like that. Um, eh, um, okay, damn it, my notes are leading me astray here. I want to make like a polygon, but it's not doing ellipse tool, double click.
Rectangle.
I'm in there. This is the, oh, polygon frame tool. Okay. Okay. All right. So the this tool here, I have it on circular, but it's usually on rectangular. It's a rectangle with a cross through it. Okay, so if you wanted to create a some sort of shape like a starburst or something like that, the best thing to do is to double click and then no, cancel. Okay, click on the icon. No. Okay, choose choose the ellipse frame tool and then double, no, god damn it. Jesus Christ. I swear to God, I do prepare for these classes. Well, I just did it. I just freaking did it. What the hell? I just did it right now. It totally worked. Polygon frame. Okay, fine. Okay, click. Okay, polygon frame. Choose your number of sides. I'm gonna go with a whole bunch here. I'm gonna choose like 16 with height. Okay, click and drag, hold shift, and it gave me shit. Okay, all right, what the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna do it again. Number 516. Okay, all right. Okay. No, what the hell? I'm so sorry, guys. Like everything's falling apart.
InDesign. So I'm pretty sure this isn't your.
Jesus Christ. Polygon. Thank you. 16.
I
Okay.
don't believe in
I just get a circle every time. What? Oh, it is 16 sided. I am getting what I'm asking for. If you look at it, there are 16 straight edges. Okay. It just looks like a circle. Okay. I wanted like a starburst shape. How do I do that? No.
it.
Um,
Right. Bribing.
with height. Inset. I think we want the inset to be like 50 or something like that. So there we go. I didn't give it an inset. That was the problem. Okay, so I gave it 16 sides and then I gave it an inset of 50%. Okay, it's just a pure path right now. We can't actually see anything. But one quick trick is to hit the letter D and that sends it to default, which is I think a 1 point stroke. backstroke. So I hit the letter D and now we have, and we can, resize it and whatnot. And play with it that way. Um, um, okay. Another thing is that we actually have a pen tool, um, that you are surely very familiar with. Um, there is a pen tool in InDesign. It works the same way as Illustrator. Um, nope, nobody, nope on a rope. Okay, but again, I only have a pure path, so I have to hit D to actually see anything. And you can actually use the pen tool to add curves to anything, actually. It's kind of fun. So if I wanted to add a curve to this text here, just like that, I'm gonna grab the pen tool, and as soon as I roll over this line, it turns into a plus sign. Do you see that?
Great job.
I know, I'm very precise. I can click add a point and actually start creating a curve inside of that box right there. So you can manipulate the shape of, and then I could go to my direct selection tool if I wanted to um, edit it, if I could actually find the damn thing. Um, uh, there we go. Yeah. So I could actually edit the path that I made and actually manipulate the shape of a frame. And it could be a text frame, it could be an image. You can, manipulate the clipping path of an image that way. Um, Lots of stuff you can do. And if I hit W, I can see without all the guides what it looks like. Kind of looks pregnant. Um, Saba. That's what I had. Oh boy.
And do gender reveal party without burning down.
I didn't do a gender reveal party actually. Because I got pregnant late in life, like my late 30s, which, okay, they call technically a geriatric pregnancy. Okay, that's fucked up. That's not nice. Not even I wasn't even 40 yet, and they were like, "This is geriatric pregnancy."
What are the words?
Anything over 35 is considered a geriatric pregnancy. What the hell? So they test you right away on all of the, so you don't have to wait very long to find out the sex. So, my my son's dad wanted a girl. Yeah. You got girls? Boys, yeah. He wanted a girl. So I called him and was like, yeah, it's a boy. Sorry. And he was like, well, for now, but he could change his mind. No, he's a total boy. Even though he has really long hair, everyone thinks it's a girl. A total boy. Oh my God, he's such a boy. Oh my God. All right. All right, moving on. The other option, well, what are we talking about right now? We're talking about corner options. Okay. Let me undo my previous, go to another box up here. Um, okay, so rounded corners. Okay. So we've got this box here, plain old 90-degree angles on the corners, right? It's a box. Boxity box. Um, we can change that. We can go objects and what's that? Corner options. And here you have all these options. Look at that. We have fancy bevel inset, inverse, rounded. Most people kind of just go for rounded. So I can hit rounded. I'm going to click on preview so we can see what it's going to look like. Okay, right now it's just that one in the corner there. If I clicked on the link icon, all of them would be the same. I'm going to unclick that. What? It won't let me? Oh, no, I have to. Oh, manually go and change them. Okay. Okay. So let's say I want that one rounded and that one rounded. No, I don't want it linked. God damn it. Jesus Christ.
Are you sure?
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. By the way, I don't like this design. Okay, the colors are ugly and the yellow is bothering me, but this is just class. Okay, it's just a demo. Don't turn anything like this in. Okay. And I'm gonna say, okay. Yeah, I know. And the other way to do it is this little yellow square. I don't know if you can see it, like up in the corner here. If you want a more interactive way to change the corners, rounded corners, you can click on that. Bloop. And then all of a sudden there's all these little yellow squares everywhere. And you can click on them and change them, and they work interactively. And you can do it that way if you want to. So that's definitely a possibility. The little yellow box is your friend. Is your friend. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with that. That's ugly, but fine for now. I know. Let's talk about, oh, there's so much to talk about. People, really. Okay, let's get rid of these things. They're bugging me. Go away. Go away. Okay. Um, so do you remember back to the beginning of the semester and we did that project with the typeface where we took a character and we turned it into outlines? Yes, we can do that in InDesign. So I'm going to click on here. I'm going to double click so that I get the text cursor. I'm going to highlight one letter. And then I'm going to go type create outlines. Now watch what happens when I do this. Some things are gonna shift. I'm gonna hit create outlines and it kind of bunched in, right? It kind of bunched in. And and that's because it's no longer a typeface. It's no longer a part of a font family or font file. It's typefaces have built into them a certain amount of information that involves kerning. So kerning is the space between one character and another character. So typefaces have information built inside of them that says an A and a W need to be a little bit closer because of the way they're built. You know, they have extending diagonal lines, and if you just separate them like that, it creates too much space, so we need to be a little bit closer together. Okay, it's called hinting. So if you get to a point in your career where you create your own typeface, you're gonna have to program in some sort of hinting information about each character and how they should fit together. Once I turned this character into outlines, all that information went away. So that's why it's a lot closer now. It's a lot plugged in. But I mean, as you can see now, if I grab like the direct selection tool and I go over here and I click on it, it's vector. It's not type anymore. Like I should be able to grab a point, shouldn't I? This point here. Sorry. That's why I've been to do two doctors about this cough and like no luck. Yeah, no, one online, one in person. Um, oh, it's been months. Um, so I would say to you, um, have a good reason to turn your type into outlines. Not just in InDesign, but in Illustrator or Photoshop or whatever. Because once you turn them into outlines, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can do with them. There are good reasons to do it. But it's no longer editable. It loses all its kerning abilities. You know, you're basically on your own after that. But there are good reasons to do it. And I'll show you one cool thing that can happen. I'm going to zoom out. Choose this whole thing. I'm going to choose the whole damn thing. And where is it? No, it's under type. Type create outlines. Okay, so now the whole thing is outlines. So now what's nice about this is kind of treated like any other frame in InDesign. You can put stuff in it. So I can like go to file and where is it? File? No, edit. Place and link. Okay. No. I think I got the wrong thing selected. Okay. File, edit, not place and link.
Mhm.
It's not what I want. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's not okay. Uh, um, Christ. Let me try this again. Edit. Not place and link. I just want to put a photo in there. Crap. Um, this worked before. I swear. Swear. Um, place and link. No. Um, let me get a photo. Damn it. Damn it. What the hell? I did undo. Christ, what just happened? What just happened? What happened? Undo. What just happened? Are you serious? This is my life now? Oh my God. This did not just happen. Okay, this is really weird. I- It's, view, outfit page and window, view, no. What just happened? I lost everything. I mean, it's there. Look, I can hover over it and see things, but nothing's showing up. Shit. Okay, this is why every 20 minutes you should press save. Okay? Don't be like me. Like, well, I don't do this anymore, but in the beginning of my career, I'd be like 4 hours in a Photoshop document without saving. Like, that's stupid. Okay, that is just absolutely stupid. You don't do that. You press save and you press save and you just keep pressing save. And I didn't press save, and now I've got this crap ass bullshit to deal with. Oh, Jesus. Okay, don't save. I don't care. What happened to you too? You really? Everybody doing this now? What? What going on? Okay, come on. Okay, we're back. Okay. Okay, let me go in here. Clicking on this, we're going to type, create outlines, and then we're saying, I'm gonna click on the direct selection tool. We're gonna say file, place. Thank you very much. Thanks. Uh, who's this one? Okay. Open. And I mean, you can't really see it, but now the text is full of the photo. And that's kind of a cool effect. Like you can make some really cool stuff out of that. So sometimes it's worth it to lose your sanity and create outlines. And I think that's a more of a gradual change of color would have been better than this, very noisy garden picture, but I think it looks nice. I think it does. I really do. That's what I think. All right. Do we need a break? Are we gonna keep going? Wanna go home?
No, the last
Huh?
one.
The last one go home. But I have all these other notes for you. It's 7:20. It's almost my son's bedtime.
Don't you want to get home to your son?
Nah, he's with his dad tonight, so cool. I'm all by myself.
You want to get home to your dog?
Oh, I do. I missed her so much while I was gone. And I was cutting little dreadlocks out of her fur today. I was trying to describe to my son what a dreadlock was. He was like, what's a dreadlock? I was like, you get them all the time. Curly head boy. Yeah. Those things you just can't brush out. Yeah, my son has really long hair. His dad won't let me cut it. I don't know, man. It's like a Mexican heritage kind of Chicano. Yeah, we got long hair. I'm like, hey, all right. You get to wash it, all right? Jesus Christ. Eh. Um, do you want to do more or should we go home? I have next up on the docket are, it's not very exciting, really. Just objects, like how to rotate an object and
You tried to pray. I was into staying.
scaling objects and all right, let's call it. All right, all right, all right. All right, all right. We'll do that on Thursday. It'll be good. 'Cause